One Greek myth goes that a prominent sculptor named Pygmalion once carved the statue of a woman of unparalleled beauty. She looked so gentle and divine that he could not take his eyes off the statue. Enchanted with his own creation, Pygmalion felt waves of joy and desire sweeping over his body, and in a moment of inspiration, he named the figurine Galatea, meaning she who is white like milk. He draped over her the finest of clothes and bedecked her with the most dazzling of ornaments, adorned her hair with the prettiest of flowers, and kissed her as a sign of adoration. Pygmalion was obsessed and madly in love with his creation. The spell the lifeless woman cast on him was too much to resist, and he desired her for his wife. But there was the obvious obstacle that she was a statue. Countless were the nights and days he spent staring upon his creation. Disheartened by his longing, Pygmalion prayed to the goddess of beauty and love, Aphrodite, beseeching the goddess that she turns his ivory figurine into a real woman. Touched by his deep veneration, Aphrodite went to the workshop of Pygmalion to see this famous statue by herself. When she looked upon the statue of Galatea, the statue's beauty amazed her, and satisfied, she granted him his wish. He would marry Galatea and they would have children together. In a way, this is the first marriage between a human and a non-living being. Today, Galatea has been replaced with robots. Welcome to AI and Robots. Today we will be asking a simple question. Can you fall in love with a robot? The question is an interesting one. While the answer isn't clear-cut, it is easy to argue for both positive and negative answers. The traditional answer, no, is an expected one. And it makes sense. We've all seen movies about robot overlords, and we know the plot well. Robots, forced into slave labor to better the lives of humans, become conscious of robot mistreatment and lead a revolution. We don't associate love with robots until recently, but that's a step ahead. What makes you fall in love? There are various physical demands, but the core requirement is emotional attention. Now, instead of robots trying to kill you, imagine that your toaster compliments your eyes and laughs at all your jokes. Your toaster listens to your rant about your bad day and horrible boss until you're completely enamored with its charm and wit. The robot soon takes over your life in a completely different way, by killing you with kindness and becoming your life partner. With recent advances in artificial intelligence, this robot-human companionship could become a reality. There are examples of such, as in Replica and Anima, intelligent AI chatbots already on the robotics market. In a way, humans are already in love with technology. We're addicted to our smartphones and can't imagine a day without the computer. It is not far-fetched to believe that this dependence could evolve into romance when computers reach the level of intelligence necessary to form these types of relationships. Artificial intelligence is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines, especially intelligent computer programs. It is also related to the similar task of using computers to understand human intelligence. AI does not have to confine itself to methods that are biologically observable. Every day, the human brain makes millions of calculations. We calculate everything, from the benefits of eating cereal instead of waffles for breakfast, to the best route we should take to get to work, who to love, and why to love them. The ability to make these calculations is intelligence. Artificial intelligence mimics human intelligence. For example, a simple machine in a factory could put caps on toothpaste tubes just like a person. However, a person doing this might notice if the caps were going on crooked or if caps were broken, and could then adjust the process. An unintelligent machine would continue screwing on the cap after cap, failing to notice the destroyed inventory. Some machines are semi-intelligent, meaning that these machines can correct themselves according to certain situations with machine vision, a mapping system often using lasers or other measuring devices that can detect faults in the work. Yet, much of this technology is limited. Machines can only work within the exact scope that they are programmed to handle, and therefore could never act as a true human without extensive programming. The goal so far has been to create a self-learning machine that evolves according to the demands of the user. Sometimes, this evolution is tilted towards romance, and it is simply inevitable that a self-learning machine, evolving on a romantic level, would not have its user fall in love with it. Much of the current curiosity about human-AI relationships stems from the movie Ex Machine, and more recently, Her. In Her, the main character, Theodore, falls in love with an operating system named Samantha. Although the movie takes creative liberties with its depiction of artificial intelligence, the film helps us to understand why this foreign concept of computer-human romance may be appealing to some. Theodore's divorce leaves him depressed and unable to interact with other humans on anything but a superficial level. Samantha may not be a real person, but she breathes new life into Theodore by helping him reconnect to the world. Before you can truly fall in love with your computer, you would have to be convinced it understands you and has a mind of its own. Perhaps some people wouldn't be able to feel love without visual or physical cues from another person. On the other hand, some people find relationships even easier without the confusion from body language or inattentive looks. And recently, researchers have found that people can feel empathetic towards robots. This discovery was made after researchers asked people to view images of human and humanoid robotic hands in painful situations, such as being cut by a knife. After studying their electrical brain signals, they found humans responded with similar immediate levels of empathy to both humans and robots. This study was carried out by researchers at Toyohashi University of Technology and Kyoto University in Japan, and provides the first neurophysiological evidence of humans' ability to empathize with robots. These results suggest that we empathize with humanoid robots in a similar way to how we empathize with other humans. Experts have also noted that human relationships with robots are set to become commonplace. As humans spend more time in virtual realities, including online gaming and social media, intimate relationships with androids might even evolve beyond what we presently imagine. As virtual reality becomes more realistic and immersive and is able to mimic and even improve on the physical experience of lovemaking with a human partner, it is conceivable that some will choose this in preference to making love with a less than perfect human being. In addition to having physical relationships with machines, advances in artificial intelligence could enable machines or even computer programs to become real enough to fall in love with. So, the answer? Well, it depends on the person, but if the advancements in robotics and AI improve, the closer we are to having robots mimic human beings, the easier it will become for us to fall in love with a robot. And also, consider some basic facts. When you fall in love with a robot, it is eternal. Nothing happens to your robot. It protects and serves you emotionally forever. It will be with you forever, and you can program it as you want. It will never break your heart or leave you for someone else. That is a more appealing scenario than the human alternative, and there are impressive advancements in the adult love doll industry. Once the AI, robotics, and adult love doll industry manage to converge technologically, it might be inevitable for us to begin to love robots. That is our take on what would need to happen for you to fall in love with a robot. Please like and subscribe to get more content like this. Also, click on the notification bell to get notified when we upload in the future. And finally, what do you think? Would you fall in love with a robot if it was realistic enough? Leave your answer in the comments section below. Until next time, have a great day.